A bird shattered on me the other day.
Shattered or shitted?
Shattered.
That's a lot of shit. Shattered?
No, it's like I don't think birds mean to. Otherwise, people get pooped on all the time. I think it was just trying to aim for, because only a little slipped on me, but mainly it was on whatever it fell on. A little slipped right here like this.
What day was that?
It was that day I was out here recording.
Is that why I was smelling something? You came back. I ain't go when you bit in your ass. That damn spider.
Why would chickens?
He come back out here.
We was on fire that one day. I forgot everything we said.
So the camera just rolled 24/7.
When I was at the market, I was like, how? I got 5 bags of. You want to eat right now?
I ain't got 5.
Why? You scared? Go to church.
Yep. Thank you. Fresh. Let me get on fries.
Yes, I did. It's mosquitoes all out here.
You gonna find a woman.
Bop, bop. It was really good. I know. We gotta go there soon. The people just left next door? Yeah. Oh, okay. They left a mess? They didn't leave a key. Why they didn't leave a key? You gotta change the locks now? But as a woman who was raised by a single mother, and as a father, I had a father who also raised a son that wasn't his, and my mother had husbands, so I also got to see both sides of it. I got to see a single mother. I was a single mother, and I saw stepfathers as well. And I'm married to a man right now who doesn't have any children, and I'm the one who has a child. So I believe that I have a lot of experience, and I have an opinion that can be taken to, an opinion that should matter in this conversation, because I've actually lived it, experienced it, and I have seen it firsthand. So, look, I'm out here getting bit by mosquitoes for this conversation. Okay. There's this elder on YouTube, and I can't remember his name right now, but I'm gonna make sure I tag his name in the description, because he had a video the other day where a lady was saying how single mothers, men don't want to stay with single mothers, like they don't want to be with them for a long time. And the discussion of single mothers is something that my husband and I have often, because one, he never envisioned himself being with a single mother, and two, it's a journey navigating with when you're a single mother and you're with a man who doesn't have his own children. Me and him both came to the conclusion that the problem with single mothers and the reason why they are not having successful relationships is not solely because they have children. So Unc on YouTube, which I said I'm gonna tag his name in the description, because it's really a response to his video, because he said something that was really significant to me, because like I said, I saw my father raise a child that wasn't his, and he didn't treat my brother, well, I consider him my brother, he didn't treat him any different. Like, he treated him, and he called him dad. Like, he didn't treat him no different. He gave him the same thing that he gave all his children, even though that was not his blood child. So I can't really see the excuse of women trying to say men don't treat children that's not theirs the same, because I just didn't see that. So the conclusion that I came to was that it's the woman's fault. It has to be the reason why the relationships are not being successful. Unc had pointed something out that was very significant to me. He said how years ago, like our grandparents, our great-grandparents, men would come into households where the woman may have a child already, and they would be willing to be the man of their household and be willing to be father figures in those children's lives. So stepdads were much more accepted, much more it happened more often back in the day. I believe that the reason why it's not happening today is because women enter these relationships with men with entitled, unorganized, unhealed behavior. A man coming into a woman's life who already has a child, has to begin to think about what she can give this man to help him be more comfortable in that situation. I do not see enough women making sure that men who they want to be those father figures or husbands in their lives, making that situation super comfortable and making the transition super easy, not just for him, but for their children too. So, in my eyes, what I did personally, rather, what that would consist of is making sure that your child knows to respect this man. This man coming into your household, the children who are already there, who are used to your authority, need to now know that this man is about to be the man of the household. This is a man that you must respect. If he tells you to do something, don't come to me. Do what he says. Like, I don't see no women. Now, I just wanted to say that the key in this being successful is to make sure that you don't have a whole bunch of different men over your children. Making sure that their children respect the men who come in and take a responsibility that has nothing to do with them, which is a great responsibility. This is a liability now in this man's life, coming in and not just taking care of you or being a provider for you or a protector for you, but also doing it for your children too. This is a very big thing. And all I see is women complaining about how men don't want to step up. It's not a man's obligation to come step up where you messed up. Me, when I was a single mother, I was wrong. I picked the wrong guy. I opened my legs to the wrong man, and I allowed him to get me pregnant. And when he didn't want to be a father, that's on me too. That's not men's fault. No man is obligated to come step up and do what my poor choices led to happen in my life, like to make up for that. That's not no man responsibility other than my son's father. And if he doesn't want to take that responsibility, that's my fault for choosing that kind of man and being naive and dumb enough to procreate with him. So now I'm in this situation. So any man that would decide to want to talk to me, like my husband, I made it clear to him that not just me, but my son also understands that you're not his father. He understands that by you coming into our lives, wanting to marry me, this is a great thing, and we're very appreciative for this, because you could be with a woman who doesn't have a child. You could be with a younger woman who doesn't have as much experience or independence as I do, because that's really what men desire. So for you to come into my life and take on this responsibility that you never saw for yourself to take on because of who I am as a woman, I'm going to make sure that this situation is very easy for you to navigate, especially as a man who doesn't have his own children yet. So you can only imagine women, it's like we lack empathy sometimes. Not we, but it's like my sisters lack empathy sometimes. Like, you're not paying attention that men go through a lot of thoughts and emotions as well. And not only that, they are forward thinkers. They think in the long term. They think 20, 30 years down the line. So while you're thinking about today, he's thinking about 10, 15, 20 years in the future, what could happen and what it's going to be like with you and those children or that child. So you as a woman should be making that situation extremely easy for him. You should not have your children, especially women who have sons, you should not have them thinking they're the man of the house. Every child or any child that you have should be falling under the line of his authority, and you should be standing on the same page right next to that man, making sure that the children are not causing a rift in between y'all relationship. Because I think another thing that causes for this to be out of whack is the fact that women don't understand order. Children do not come before you and your husband or you and your man's relationship. They don't. I'm not saying neglect your children. I'm not saying abuse your children. I'm saying that you and your husband or you and your man, y'all come first, and then the children come. So the children are under y'all. It's man, woman, child. So the children are under y'all, and the child should be subjected or is subjected to whatever the authority of that man is, whatever he's determining for the house. And I think maybe the problem is that too many women are running the households. I could care less if you make more money than the man. I could care less if you already has your own house, your own car, and all of that stuff. If a man is coming to you and providing you with leadership, guidance, stability, which are things most women can't and don't do on their own. We can make money, we can have babies, we can get a house, but we don't know how to be stable, emotionally stable, or stable, period. We can't raise children on our own. It's just alone. You can't protect yourself physically on your own. We need men. We need men. So that man, whether he's making more than you or not, he's coming into your life and providing you with value. So treat him like he's valuable. You as a single mother are not entitled to a man to come help raise children that are not his. I look directly at the camera for that because I'm looking at myself. I'm still working on that. But yeah, like that's my big problem. Women, you want to wonder why men don't want to stay. I'm getting bit up. Don't want to stay. It's because you're not making the situation comfortable for them. This is why men want to say, I will never date a single mother. It's not because single mothers are undateable or we can't be good women. It's because single mothers are choosing not to. Single mothers tend to think that they are in the same bracket as women without children. Like, you're not going to be treated the same. Your value is way less. And this is something I had to realize about myself. Like, I didn't get a husband thinking that I was entitled to having one. I got a husband coming into the situation being super grateful and thanking the Most High that I have the ability to still attract a man in this invaluable, unattractive situation that I found myself in my life, being a single mother, close to 30. There's nothing attractive about that. So I believe women need to start working on their character. They need to start working on what they offer men. You need to be more submissive. You need to make sure your children are respectful, that they know how to act and know how to treat a grown man and know how to talk around a grown man. And if you have sons and you're a single mother, stop treating your sons like they're your boyfriends, because that's what a lot of mothers do. And I know that I fell into that bracket only because I'm not even gonna make no excuses. I fell into that bracket. I learned that that's what I was doing and I cut it off. Your son is not your man. And if you get a man and you think you're going to be able to juggle both of them, having them on the same level, it's not going to work. And the man is going to realize that he's in competition with your child and he's not going to want to participate in that. So as a single mother, there are a lot of things that you need to start looking at yourself. It's not the men's fault. You're not desirable right now because of the qualities that you have, because of the way your children act, because of who you think you are. You need to bring it down a few notches, get a little bit of humility, and start to look at things for what they really are. I think it's very unfortunate because it's so many single mothers. A lot of us made bad decisions when we were younger. We've matured and we've grown. I don't know how much so, if you've really grown enough to realize what you need to do to get a man, but we've grown well enough where we're not making that same decision anymore. I'm not talking about women who got 5 children, 3, 4, 5 children, and they all by different baby daddies. I'm not talking about them, because you need to really vet them and figure out why they are so unstable. But I'm talking about women who have like 1 or 2 children who just, didn't know how to be women in the right way. Because face it, none of us really got brought up the right way. None of us had good examples. And so now we're here, okay? And we have to continue to move forward. Now that we have so many single mothers, I don't think that it's good that men want to just put off single mothers and not give them a chance, because some of us are wise and some of us have learned our lesson. Some of us know how to put a man first. Some of us know how to keep our children in check. Some of us want to be wives. So I don't think that that's fair that all men think single mothers should be in one bucket. But what I will say as a woman, who peep what's going on with other women, and you can't play with me. Like, you can play with men, and men might want to sleep with you, but they're never going to want to be with you. And I'm going to keep it real with you as to why that is. You're not wife material. Okay, they see you as somebody who's already had a child, and you're still not making good decisions. I know, like I just said, it's a lot of single mothers. And men, I wish they would give single mothers more of a chance, but it's kind of hard to defend these women when they out here acting like somebody owe them something, or somebody want to come in and take care of their bad kids, and them with their bad attitudes and their bad mouths. No man wants to come into a situation like that. So all I'm saying is, let's just make the situation easier for the man. Let's be more submissive, be more accountable, be more authoritative over our children, making sure they're being respectful to these men, making sure that we have order in the household. As the woman, we have a big responsibility in teaching and upbringing the children. So if you're getting into a relationship with a man as a single mother and he doesn't have any children, it's your job to help him to navigate through that situation in the way of making it easy for him, because right now he probably having so many thoughts. No man wants to look like a simp, right? Every man wants to have authority and leadership over his household. So don't ever try to little boy a man or make him feel like he don't know what to do in a situation. Keep him involved. Show him that you know how to have control over your children. Help him to understand what it is to be over a child and to discipline a child. Allow him, because even men who don't have children, that it's in their nature to understand discipline, because men have had to be disciplined their entire lives. They've had to understand no being told to them their entire lives, so they understand what it's like to be told something and not get your way initially and have to deal with that. So a lot of men have a lot of experience with that. So even if they don't have children, or maybe they have children but the children stay with the mother, they have they should have a say-so in discipline as well. It's their household as well. If you keep the man apart from how your children are going to be raised, then you're just going to be a woman, a single mother in a relationship still, which doesn't make any sense, because you don't get with the man to stay a single mother. You get with the man to be a wife, right? I will hope so, that's your goal. So if that's your goal, you have to let him start being a husband. I mean, that's the only way things are going to change. That's the only way men are going to start seeing any benefit in dating single mothers. Otherwise, you're just going to be that woman that they sleep with, and you get more and more vitriol and anger towards men when it's really your fault, the reason why men are treating you the way that they're treating you. Like, if you want a man to come into your life and be a husband and be a father figure for your children, you have to change. That's point blank, period. Take it from somebody who did it and who changed and who saw that I'm not the most important thing in the world. Like, for me, I don't want to raise a child by myself. I don't want to be in life alone. So I want a husband. And so because I already have a child, I have to make sure that I am the best that I can possibly be, the best woman, the best mother, the best spouse that I can possibly be at all times. Because there are younger, childless women out there who you are in competition with, and that's just the honest truth. And if you think that you're more valuable with your 2, 3, 4, 5 children, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many children that you have, you're not. I'm here to tell you, as a fellow ex-single mother, you're not. And so you need to make sure that you step your game up a little bit more if you want to have a man or keep a man, and stop blaming men, because it's not their fault. They're just looking at what's going on. They're just looking at the experience that they had seeing single mothers and how they act towards men. They don't want to deal with it, but if you show them something different, you can possibly be that woman to begin to change the narrative. So I wish the best for everybody. Appreciate you watching this video and listening to what I gotta say. Please leave your comments in below and let me know what you think about this topic. Do single mothers deserve a chance? What do you think about single mothers? What did you see growing up as far as it came to single mothers and how they treated the men in their lives? And if you're a single mother, how do you treat the man in your life, and do you allow him to be who he needs to be for you? Or what is the relationship dynamic, and what do you think it is that goes wrong or goes right? Or I would love to hear y'all opinions below. I appreciate y'all. Shalom.